drove us to this beautiful lake called Ashley Lake. Took about 5 hours to get here.
I think it was only scheduled to be 3 hours, 40 minutes, but we're telling.
Just unloaded, pulled into our campsite. Oh, hey, handsome.
Hello.
We don't know how long we'll be here. I know the stay limit is what, 5 days?
5 days, yeah.
Our dinner is ready.
The truth.
Oh,
Wow, that looks good.
that does look good.
That's different.
It's fat. Oh no, is it cooked? Wait, did our inverter kick off? Oh no, doesn't feel warm at all. Shit.
Well, it must have been whenever we shut the truck off.
Why don't we turn this pan on and finish it in the pan?
Okay.
It just never kicked back on.
I guess not. Whenever we dumped, I heard it struggling.
Well, that's frustrating. Usually it pulls through for us, but this time it looks like we're gonna have to finish cooking it in the pan. I thought dinner was ready.
You thought wrong.
I did think wrong.
Next time we need to make sure we check the inverter after we shut the truck off.
So we're here, and we were expecting to have cell service and Wi-Fi coverage, but zero, nothing, zilch. No Sprint, no T-Mobile, no AT&T. And its disadvantages of working on the road is that we both need Wi-Fi and cell coverage. So that means tomorrow we're gonna have to wake up early, leave the camper here, and drive the truck somewhere and set up our office inside the truck so we can work wherever we can find some cell service. And sadly, this happens way too often to us.
When we drove in, it's 12 miles in on dirt road, first of all. That should be a sign there. When you're trying to find a free campsite with cell coverage, those are two things together that are hard to find. So that's our biggest challenge is like full time, the cost adds up on staying places. And we like to stay places where we can pay and get some amenities too every once in a while. But free is usually what we're going for.
Right.
So we're at a super beautiful lake. It's like, it's natural and it's turquoise, clear blue, just incredible. And this area is so wild. Delicious meal.
A lot of our friends and family and folks that we meet on the road, they ask quite a few questions that, you know, like Jacob and I have internally answered and talked to each other about. But we figured we would share some insight as to some things that we do or why we do what we have done.
Or, well, let's just cut to the chase.
Yeah, so here's the most common questions that we have been asked so far. Number one, why do we choose a travel trailer or a pull-behind camper? I'll let you take that one.
Well, first of all, we already had a truck, a half-ton, and the most affordable entry into any kind of recreational vehicle is usually a travel trailer or pull-behind, because like a smaller vehicle or a half-ton or lower can tow them pretty easily.
So our budget for our first camper, we're now in our second camper, but the budget for the first camper was $10,000. Yeah. And that's because I didn't want to have a loan on it. I wanted to pay it outright, cash, be done with it, full ownership.
That, and we weren't really sure exactly if we wanted to stick with something tow behind versus a Class C or Class A and then flat tow the truck, which is an option too. But it's a lot more expensive because Class A's, I mean, think about it, it's just a big Freightliner coach, basically.
There's a lot of pros and cons to owning a travel trailer like what we have. Some of the pros are it's more affordable, and any maintenance, Jacob can easily do that himself. So if we get a flat on the road, that's easy for Jacob to automatically go ahead and just change. Yeah. Or if we had a motorhome or a coach, we would have to call roadside assistance and wait for hours for them to show up.
Yeah, or have like a 20-ton jack or something crazy like that.
Not to mention, travel trailer / pull behind, they don't depreciate as much as a coach or a Class C because it doesn't have the transmission or the engine on it. So, matter of fact, the first camper that we just sold, we made a couple $1,000s on it. It didn't depreciate, it appreciated.
Yeah.
A couple other pros to what we currently have and why we chose the travel trailer is we can disconnect the truck and leave our leave our camper
as our base camp.
As base camp, so you don't lose the campsite. That's a big advantage, especially with the COVID boom and everyone being on the road now. The competition is high.
That's basically it.
So that's one of the most common questions that we get asked. The next common question, what do we do for entertainment at night? Which is a great question because think about it. I mean, Jacob spends his time playing bartender.
I'm just kidding. No.
But it's a serious question, you know, like being on the road, you have to have hobbies. You absolutely do.
I would say the biggest thing is, I mean, you're usually going somewhere to go do that thing or like experience
Explore.
that. Whenever we're not working, we try to obviously be outside and enjoy our surroundings for the whole reason why we're here. So if it's daylight out, that's usually what we're doing. Fishing, either in our canoe, biking, just hiking, looking for mushrooms.
Walking.
Or just walking around exploring and just checking out the area. Or either mapping trails and with the truck and just exploring new areas. If it wasn't a weekend, let's say, like a weekend, can't do bonfires every night. I mean, you can't, but...
Where we are, you can't have fires.
Can't really have fires. So if you can have a fire, that's a big difference because then you can keep the mosquitoes away from you. Usually, we will either read a book or we'll watch TV and stream something of some sort.
If we have decent cell service or Wi-Fi connection, but
we don't have any cell service here, so
fortunately we loaded up on our book selection before we left town, so we have quite a bit to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
Or we edit film. That's another one, because you don't need Wi-Fi service in order to edit film. What do we do for entertainment? That's the other question. You know what's funny is that before we left town originally back in January, our friend Elliot was asking us, straight up said, what are you guys going to do? Do you have any hobbies? Because it is a big undertaking to just uproot and leave your home and your friends and your family and all your hobbies, like our golf membership or gym membership.
Like what you typically do.
Yeah. So we try and fill that void with other things. And it's important. But
well, what's crazy too is our void of what we like to do is explore. So it's like
but when the sun goes down, it's kind of just, you know. And
that's true. I would say most of the time, and this is really weird for me, this is the first time I experienced this, I love to fish, right? And I'll fish till dark. I'll fish into the evening sometimes if it's good fishing, if it's worth it. But out here in a lot of areas, this time of year, you can't fish after 2 o'clock.
2 p.m.
to midnight. And that's typically because the water temperature has been getting warmer than it typically has been in the past. A lot of these cold water trout won't survive. If you catch them and release them, they might die regardless because just the fight and exposure could kill the fish. So, and we kind of experienced that ourselves. Well,
yesterday.
We did experience it, yeah, with the fish that Paul caught. And yesterday, yeah, the fish I caught, I threw it back in, and I couldn't really get to the bank to relieve it. Luckily, it came back and took off. Well, let's dig in on dinner. This looks really good.
Really good. Stay tuned for more questions. So we have a list of running questions, so we get asked our most common questions. But if you have any questions or if you're curious to know about our lifestyle, just put them in the comments below. We're happy to answer any of your questions.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to follow along for more adventures.